Good morning, Flosstube. It is Monday, the 23rd of December 2024. Can you believe it's so far into December already and we're just 2 days away from Christmas? You're very welcome here to my channel, So Me Sarah. And this isn't a regular Flosstube episode, it is another little Christmas tidbits episode for you. So I will be sharing Advent calendar today. I will be sharing some stitching and a little Christmas tidbit for you. Before we get started on all of that, I want to say a really big thank you to you all for sharing with me your special Christmas decorations, stories about the decorations and ornaments that are special to you. As Jean put it in her comment, I think it was Jean, she said that opening the Christmas decorations every year is like opening a box of old friends, and the memories come flooding back as you have those conversations with your friends, with your ornaments every year. So I thought that was a nice way to put it. So thank you for sharing, that was very fun to read. I just want to mention before we move on that there's a fundraising opportunity that you can partake in, and that's for our lovely friend Charlie Feathers, who is here on YouTube and also on Instagram. Charlie's daughter is a preschooler and she attends a little kindergarten in a forest school, and they have built their building in the forest setting, and because of that it has been difficult for them to get insurance, and unfortunately with Storm Dara a few weekends ago their building was very badly damaged, and it's going to cost them in the region of £10,000 to rebuild, and as I said, they don't have insurance, so they're seeking other ways of fundraising for that. And one of the ways is that Charlie has teamed up with her friend, the lovely Yaz from Yasmin's Made with Love. Yaz has designed a chart that we can purchase, and the money from the purchase of that will be donated to the fundraising efforts for the preschool. So if you would like to support that fundraising, you can go and check out Charlie Feathers' Instagram page for all of the details. Just look for this picture on her grid and you'll get all of the information that you need right there. As a final reminder, I want to say that go to episode 92 if you haven't already been there. That is where you will find my birthday giveaway opportunity. I don't want anyone to miss out, especially those of you who are regular viewers and subscribers. Please go to episode 92 if you'd like to be in with a chance to win the birthday giveaway. I will be drawing on the next video, which will be sometime between Christmas and the New Year. So this is the final reminder for that. Okay, let me share with you some of the stitching that I've been doing. It has been getting a little bit better in terms of having time to stitch, so I have a few bits and pieces of progress to show you. First of all, I think, did I show you the start of this? Can't quite remember. It's really hard when you're doing videos every few days to remember what you've already shown. But anyway, this is another of the little stitches from the Historical Sampler Company Advent Calendar. And this one is called Snowman, Snowglobe, and I love him. And I finished him. So he was a really fun little stitch. It took maybe 3 nights, not very long stitching each night, but 2 or 3 nights of stitching to finish him. So this is the one that we got the easel and the canvas and easel with in our Advent calendar, so that we can turn it into a little stand-up easel decoration. So I will do that at some point. It's not going to be done for this year, but I will put it on my finishing list for next year. So that is Snowman Snowglobe, which was a pattern in this year's Historical Sampler Company Advent Calendar. And then I did get some time on Rejoice Evermore. So this is a beautiful Brenda Gervais chart from With Thy Needle and Thread, and it was a stitch along that I started almost 2 years ago with my lovely friend Joanita at Stitchy Things in the Netherlands. Joanita finished long ago, but I have still been ploughing on, mainly because I've been distracted by this year's 50 stars. Anyway, I am determined that this will be finished by the end of the year. And what I'm going to show you now is my progress. The last couple of weeks has been over here in this area of these two birds, but I am still missing this little, it's like an embroidery hoop, a stitching hoop, and those 3 half stars down the side. So that is all I have to do. So there's a really good chance that this will actually make the end of year deadline that's in my head. Let me share with you, because the chart picture is good, but there's nothing quite like seeing the actual stitch. So here we go. As I said, I worked on these 2 birds and the vines and the boughs that they are perched on. And then I added in my initials S and E up there at the top. So yes, this space is just for the 3 half stars along here and then that embroidery hoop up there. So I'm really pleased to have got this far, and I just think it's so beautiful. So that will be fun to get that one finished, and I enjoy sitting down with it at night time when I get a chance. Next is a start, and this is the last stitch I have to share with you, and this was a start yesterday, and it was, drum roll please, it was start number 50 for the Fun for 50 SAL 2024. And I'll insert a picture. It is Barbara Anna's 4 Seasons, and here is my start on this stitch. I really enjoyed doing this. I did find it a little bit tricky. This is a 40 count natural linen, and I don't know, it feels a lot tighter than a 40 count. I don't know why, but it does. So even with magnification and good lighting, I find this a little bit tricky, but I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to persevere, and hopefully my eye will get in again. I think also probably in the last few weeks I haven't been stitching just as much as I normally do, so there's been, I'm maybe out of a little bit of practice. So this is the start of the Winter Lady. This is, as I said, this is the very last start of my birthday year that I've been doing with Sally over at Flossie Sews and Grows, and it's very bittersweet. I'm overjoyed to be finished the 50. The 50 starts, not finishes, but overjoyed to have achieved that. It has been an absolute blast doing it with Sally, and also to have had your support throughout the whole year. The whole year you have stitched along, you have cheered, you have supported and encouraged with your comments here and on Instagram. You gave us all of the prompts that we could use for this, for the year. When we were choosing projects, we tried to meet many of those prompts, and it's just been absolutely wonderful to have community coming together and supporting, and I've just loved it. I've just loved every minute of it. And huge thanks to Sally, because without her suggestion of doing it, I probably would never have done this just on my own. And it has been a fantastic way for me to celebrate being me at 50, which is all to do with cross stitch. So thank you, Sally, and thank you all of you for all of your support, encouragement, and good wishes throughout the year. Some of you I know have started this with us as well, and I say us because although this stitch represents the end of the 50 Fun for 50 SAL 2024, it is the beginning of something new as well, which is kind of lovely actually. So it is the beginning of the 4 Seasons SAL that I am co-hosting with Jackie over at Comfort Stitching. Jackie started yesterday too. We both started on the 21st of December, the winter solstice, with the Winter Lady, because we're both Northern Hemisphere habitants, and the Winter Lady is where we wanted to start. So our plan for this stitch along, and you are all most welcome to join us, our plan is to stitch one lady in every quarter of the year. So on the winter solstice, we have started the Winter Lady, and she is the blue icy, you know, snowy lady, because we're Northern Hemisphere. If you are in the Southern Hemisphere and prefer to start with the Summer Lady because that is your winter solstice representation, then please do that. So winter solstice, we started winter. Spring equinox, we will start spring. Summer solstice, we'll start summer. And then autumn equinox, we'll start the autumn piece. So that gives us kind of 3 months to work this stitch in around our other stitching, and paces this stitch along really nicely. So there's still plenty of time for you to join us, even if you didn't actually make a start yesterday. You would be most welcome. We are using the hashtag BA4SeasonsSal on Instagram. We have no idea how successful the hashtags are going to be from now on, given that you can't follow them, but we're hoping that you can search them. Failing that, you can always tag Jackie's Instagram account and my Instagram account so that you can share your updates and progress pictures with us. So our channel names, mine is Somi Sarah, Jackie's is slightly different from her YouTube channel name, but I will put all of that information down below for you, so that if you want to be part of this stitch along, you can share with us, with others as well throughout. So that is my last start and a new Sal start as well. So yay for finishing. I watched very, very late last night. I watched Sally's latest episode at Flossie Sews and Grows, and she too has finished her 50. Her final start was on a Seasons of the Heart by the Blue Flower. I think it was the autumn one, and she got started a day before me, so she won. Sally won. Congratulations, Sally, but it's absolutely fantastic that we both closed the year out you know, pretty close together. And again, Sally, thanks a million for all of the fun that you've helped to create this year for us both. Okay, that is all of the stitching for the last few days, and I'm really quite proud of that. Of course, I'm really enjoying stitching on that Winter Lady. So I'm hoping that once I get a few more of the Christmas preparation chores out under my belt today, that I will get back to stitching that Winter Lady. And of course, then I will keep on with Rejoice Evermore, so that that is a finish in 2025 and in 2024. Oh, I hope I haven't jinxed myself now. But is a finish in 2024 and isn't carrying over into 2025. So let me share with you now the last 4 gifts on, well, the latest 4 gifts, I should say, of the Historical Sampler Advent Calendar. Historical Sampler Company were very kind and generous and offered me the Advent box this year to try and to share with you. So I have got another 4 gifts to share with you, because it's been 4 days since last time. I'm not doing spoilers, so today is the 23rd. I will not show the 23rd. I will only show up to the 22nd, just in case someone is watching who hasn't yet opened day number 23. I don't want to spoil any surprises. So day 19 was a sweet treat for us, and it is a no chocolate stir. So it's a dark mint hot chocolate stir with mini marshmallows. This has already been claimed by my son, who is home for Christmas. Yay! But it's a really, really nice little sweet treat to receive in the calendar box. And then on the 20th, we received another pattern and the fabric to stitch that on, and it's a beautiful Christmas bauble pattern. Can you see? And then we've got the spotted Ada to go with that. So that will be beautiful. I am going to keep those for next year's Christmas ornament stitching. I think we're getting too close to Christmas now for me to start those, but it's nice to have those in my stash and ready for next year. Then on the 21st, we received a honeycomb decoration, and it's a little red Christmas tree. It's very sweet. And I'm impressed that these are magnetized now. I was Christmas shopping with Andrew on Saturday, and I saw quite a few of them in some of the stores for sale, and I didn't realize that they were all magnetized now, so that makes them nice and reusable. So this is a pretty one to hang on the tree. It's a lovely Christmassy red color. And then the 22nd was a very special little wooden needle holder, little needle tube. And it just, the top unscrews and you can pop your needles in there. I think that's a lovely way to store needles. So those are the latest 4 gifts. That leaves me with 2 gifts to share with you, which I will do on the next episode between Christmas and the New Year. It has been a fabulous calendar, and if you think, oh, I'd like to be part of that next year, I'd like to share in the calendar next year, you can register your interest at this stage. Just offer, I think you just have to offer your email address so that you're on the mailing list for the announcement of the pre-order of the calendar, and that will be sometime next summer. So if you're interested in that, there'll be a link down below where you can go and find that. And it doesn't commit you. All that will happen with the information that you provide at this stage is that you will be notified that the calendars are now going to be open for pre-order, and then you can make your decision then. So signing up now doesn't commit you, but it would be nice to know and not to miss out, because it's been a great calendar. Okay, Christmas tidbit. Today, I just wanted to have a little chat about Christmas traditions. Now, we all have Christmas traditions, and when I, naively, when I was younger, I thought Christmas traditions were Christmas traditions, and they would always be Christmas traditions. It's kind of part of the word, tradition. But as I've gotten older, I know, as you will too, that traditions ebb and flow, and they change a bit. They change as families grow older, as children move on, as families move away from each other. There are societal influences as well, which change our Christmas traditions. And I think, there are Christmas traditions that we love, that we hold dear in our hearts. Like here, I love the Christmas tree decorating day. That is a really special day for me, and I love that tradition that we have. It's not just, we don't just randomly pick a day, or don't just randomly go to the roof space and bring down all of our decorations. It is a day that we plan in a diary, we plan some snacks, we have Christmas music, we do it in a particular way, and that is our annual tradition, and I love that tradition. But there are other traditions that I don't love so much, and some of them I let go of, and I'm happy to have let go of. There are others that have fallen by the wayside, and I would love to re-establish those traditions. But maybe can't, maybe there's a good reason why we can't. Or just something else, something new that comes along that you think, I would like that to be a part of my Christmas. I would like to create a new Christmas tradition for us as a family. So I know that we have all of those mixtures of feelings about various Christmas traditions. So I'd love to hear what you think of Christmas traditions. Which ones do you love and hate and can live without, or would really love to establish as part of your Christmas? For us here, I love that we have established that Christmas Eve is our visiting day. So on Christmas Eve afternoon, we go and visit with Alan's parents, and we take gifts and we share them with them. And Alan's mum is always very generously provides us with a Christmas afternoon tea. There's cake and mince pies and biscuits, and she feeds us too much just before we're about to have dinner. But it's part of Christmas, and part of Christmas is getting the car loaded up with the presents and the kids in the car and everybody, driving over. It's about a 45-minute drive to where they live. and driving over and spending a little bit of time there with them. We don't see them on Christmas Day, so that has been our tradition, has been to visit with them and spend some time on Christmas Eve. On Christmas Day, I love that we established the tradition of staying at home. Now, I know that that's not popular with everybody, and sometimes family might have felt that that wasn't what we should do. But I love that we stay at home on Christmas Day, and that that it's about resting in the peace and the joy and whatever there is of Christmas. It's about resting in that and not having to charge about all over the place. We've spent all month charging about all over the place. I am super happy on Christmas Day to stay at home. So those are things that I really love. One of the Christmas traditions I've been absolutely overjoyed to let fall by the wayside is the Christmas cracker tradition. Now, only recently, listening the last couple of weeks to a few other Flosstubers, I am woefully behind on watching Flosstube, but in a couple of US Flosstubes, folks mentioned the British tradition of Christmas crackers, and I didn't realise that this was a tradition that was kind of just here at this part of the world. So I didn't realise that in the US, for example, you don't have Christmas crackers on your Christmas table. Anyway, I think that's okay, just keep it that way. Because that Christmas cracker tradition has been one I've been really happy to let go. It makes a mess of the table. You pull apart these cardboard tubes and there's just stuff everywhere. It's not good stuff, even if it's a luxury cracker, it's really not that good stuff. Terrible jokes inside, and a hat that gives you a headache. You have to wear this paper hat all through dinner and it gives you a headache. So somewhere in COVID, I think we managed to lose that tradition. And I sneakily never ever reintroduced it. So I'm happy that that one's gone. What I do wish I could re-establish is a Christmas Eve tradition that we had of having dinner with my family. When I was a little girl and I was growing up with my brother, my dad owned a butcher shop. So he was super busy with turkeys at Christmas. And he and my mum would be at the shop for many, many, many hours, long, long hours. And we would stay with my aunt for a few nights before Christmas. Bless her, the chaos that having 4 excited children in the house before Christmas must have been really awful. Anyway, for a couple of nights as kids, we stayed with my aunt while mum and dad were busy preparing turkeys at the shop for sale on Christmas Eve. By the time they had finished up on Christmas Eve evening and got the shop all washed down and everything else, they were exhausted. So it was tradition for us, strangely, to stop at the Chinese restaurant on the way home. And the 4 of us, my mum, dad, my brother and I, we would have Chinese dinner together. That tradition continued even when my dad gave up the shop and we went as a family to a Chinese restaurant, and then the grandchildren came along and we took them with us for some years. But then after another little while, this is a good example of tradition ebbing and flowing and changing as the years go by. As there got to be too many grandchildren, we stayed at home for that Chinese. So mum and dad had Chinese takeaway brought in and we went to their house for Christmas Eve dinner. And it doesn't happen anymore and I really miss it. And there are reasons for it not happening, just life reasons. Mum is gone now and there are too many of us, and it's too complicated. It just gets too complicated and these things happen. So but that is one of the traditions that I do miss, and I wish there had been a way of us keeping that one. But these are the things with traditions. I think they come and they go and they move, they alter a little bit. And the point is not to be so rigid about traditions that they make or break your Christmas, because that's going to be, that's a recipe for disaster. So Christmas is not about the traditions, but the traditions can enhance it. So make of your traditions whatever you can. I'm sure that over the last couple of episodes, you've found out a lot more about my Christmas than you ever really wanted to know. But those were the Christmas tidbits that I decided to share with you this year as I was doing these more frequent episodes during December. My Christmas hat is off to those of you who do Vlogmas every day or who do this every year, even, you know, every couple of days every year. It takes a lot of effort and energy and planning to be able to do this, even though they're slightly shorter episodes. So hats off to you all for doing that, and thank you. So please don't forget to share with me your thoughts on Christmas traditions, the ones you love, the ones you're glad to be rid of or would love to be rid of, or the ones that you wish you could. Today I want to take 2 Christmas readings from the Bible as a reminder that Christmas, no matter what else we wrap it up in, is good news for all of us. From Isaiah, "For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulder. And he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Of the greatness of his government and peace, there will be no end." And from the Gospel of Luke, "And there were shepherds living out in the fields nearby, keeping watch over their flocks at night. An angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were terrified. But the angel said to them, 'Do not be afraid. I bring you good news of great joy that will be for all the people. Today in the town of David, a Saviour has been born to you. He is Christ the Lord. This will be a sign to you. You will find the baby wrapped in cloths and lying in a manger.' Suddenly, a great company of the heavenly host appeared with the angel, praising God and saying, 'Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace to men on whom his favour rests.' When the angels had left them and gone into heaven, the shepherds said to one another, 'Let's go to Bethlehem and see this thing that has happened, which the Lord has told us about.' So they hurried off and found Mary and Joseph and the baby who was lying in the manger. When they had seen him, they spread the word concerning what had been told them about this child. And all who heard it were amazed at what the shepherds said to them. But Mary treasured up all these things and pondered them in her heart. The shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God for all the things they had heard and seen, which were just as they had been told."
Okay, let's try again. Hi, Flosstube.
Hello everybody, I went to get my special helper because we would like to sing something for you today. You ready?
Ready?
1,
3,
2,
2,
3.
3. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Until next
Until
time.
next time, stay stressed and happy.
Bye.
Bye.